This video is made for adult collectors. Anyways, this is Voyager Age of the Prime's Heatwave. So don't get me wrong, overall I do like this figure, but he has a few glaring problems. And what I mean by that, I mean one major glaring problem. His chest. See, in the original cartoon, the headlights pop out and becomes his hands, okay? But without that, it makes the figure look a little bit more bulkier. And that's mainly because he's a retool of Bulkhead. Which that was an okay mold. I missed out on it. This is my first time experiencing this mold. But the chest really bothers me a lot. And even if you look at him from his side profile, he just looks a little too chunky. Like bro has not seen his feet in 20 years. And it also makes it to where he has headlights on the side of his wrists and headlights on his chest, so he has two sets of headlights. That doesn't really make any sense. But those headlights are there because his hands originally split off. And I think the head sculpt is fantastic. It looks just like him. But again, like I've been complaining about this whole video, the chest just looks so big. It makes him look like tiny head, big body. But looking at more good things about the figure, his chest is now not just one big painted clear plastic piece, it is now a clear insert for the window, and I think that's way better than just having it be a big plastic piece that I was always afraid was going to crack on the original figure. And I think the red, the yellow, and the silver, and the blue, it just pops really good for this figure, and you get kind of that Rescue Bots vibe from Heatwave. But moving on to his accessories, he has the two clear plastic weapons, which I really like that they made it the clear blue like the original toys. But the two clear plastic ones, it's the water hose gun, and he has this tiny axe. I wish they had gave it like a longer stick so he could hold it better, but that's beside the point. He does have a ladder, and I think the ladder, it's not really an accessory, but I think the ladder is a good replacement for the weird tarp thing that they had on the Bulkhead figure. And he also has some amazing light piping in his head. It makes it where you can see his eyes glowing through the goggle things, and I really think they should apply that to more figures. And he does have some pretty good articulation. He is a little hard to pose around and play with, but once you do get him into those poses, he looks pretty good. For size comparison, here's Heatwave next to Deluxe Devastation Optimus Prime, Voyager Prima, and finally, Black Ops 2 for the PS3. But moving on, taking a look at his vehicle mode, I do think that this is a pretty solid vehicle mode, but whenever you do turn over to the back, it does get a little cluttered, mainly because this guy doesn't have the tarp that Bulkhead and Breakdown had. I think this mold works best on Breakdown, but he doesn't have that. Instead, he has the ladder, and I think the ladder, it looks good. It is a little parts for me, for my liking. I don't really like parts formers that much, but I can't really fault this specific figure for it because the rest of the mold does that. But overall, his ult mode's fine, just nothing really that special. But overall, I think this figure should have just been more of a heavier retool. Like fix the hands and have the headlight parts on the front go back to give his chest the more shaping as it did in the cartoon, and fix the back of the truck mode a little bit, and I think this figure would have been a lot better. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Well, that's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys on the next video.